Today I'm taking a look at a wireless CarPlay and Android Auto unit that's just a little bit special. This is the CarPuride W903 model that seems to be the most well thought out and feature-rich unit I have tested so far. As an example, we have a built-in dash camera that can be rotated 350 degrees, so you can use it whichever way you prefer. How cool is that? Let's check it all out. Looking at the box, you can see some of the other features. Of course, it can take phone calls, play music, and display navigation apps once you connect your phone. It's using Bluetooth 5.0 to reduce latency and connection time. It comes with a microSD card for the dash camera and auxiliary cable for best audio fidelity. Let's take out all the goodies from the box and see what we actually get. To start with, we get a well-written manual that shows how to set this unit up, as well as how to connect it to your phone for video playback, as well as CarPlay or Android Auto. I'm also glad they have a section on the rear camera setup, as it's not super easy if you've never done it before. Other than the manual, we get the stand and the 3-amp power plug that has to be used if you are planning on using the FM transmitter option, as it is acting as an antenna. We also get the adjustable suction cup bracket, the auxiliary cable, and of course the unit itself. There aren't many buttons on this unit, but we get all that we need. Of course, we have the power button on the top, and on the side there is a 3.5mm audio port, microSD card slot with a microSD card, reverse camera input, and of course the Type-C power input. This unit feels very well made and solid in hand. Also, heavier than I expected. Of course, there are a few different ways of installing this unit. I'm just putting it here for testing purposes so I can actually show you where I'm comfortably sitting in the seat and I can reach it properly. But you have a sticky pad that's attached to this suction cup, so it sticks to basically anything. That's very nice, and you have multiple adjustments that you can make. Of course, to make a more permanent installation, we have this other bracket, so that's more of a stand that you're gonna stick. So this is a double-sided adhesive, so you're gonna stick it to whatever you want to get it installed and just set it there, and it allows you to twist a little bit and adjust. We also have one of these in case you want to get this attached to a dashboard that maybe is very porous or something like that, and screw it in. That's also a possibility. And then of course you can just use the suction cup to get it installed. And of course then we can just adjust it so it actually makes sense for us to show you this unit. But anyway, I'm gonna disconnect the phone, that way we can go through the entire process from the beginning. I'm gonna plug the unit in and let it power on. So we'll see how long it takes to load and what else we need to do in order to start using it. So as you can see, it's gonna take probably, well, took about only 10 seconds for it to actually load up, and then we are presented with the menu, and right away your dash cam starts recording. So that's cool to see. It initializes the SD card that's already built in, or not built in, preloaded into the unit, and then starts recording. Of course, we can remove this protective film as well, which gives us an opportunity to take a look at this beautiful 9.3-inch IPS display. This actually looks really, really nice. As you can see, we are in direct sunlight, which normally would be so washed out you couldn't really see anything. But here, that looks actually really nice. This is a 1600 by 600 pixel display. I really do like this form factor, as it has a slim profile, so it can fit in a lot more cars. Of course, you don't want to have a unit that's going to be blocking half of your windshield or anything like that, so that's really nice to see. But what makes this unit different? Well, this unit actually has very similar functionality to the W901 unit that I've reviewed before, where you can check out the link right here if you're interested in that unit. But it does add some cool features. Firstly, it has a built-in camera that can be rotated 360 degrees. That's just so cool to see on a unit like this. And of course, the camera is also adjustable up, down, left, and right, so it will be nice and easy to adjust. This unit also supports rear view camera and rear recording, but we will not be covering that in this unit, as that is an extra cost and option that I have not gotten with this unit. Anyway, once everything is loaded, you're presented with this screen, and on the left here we have home, brightness, so we can have it auto, which will use an IR sensor, and then adjust it based on the light condition, or we can switch it to manual mode. So we can see right there, that's in manual, or we can go back to auto. We also have volume buttons, so we can switch the two 8-watt speakers in the back here to a different level of volume. And of course, we have the dash camera. So if you press right here, it's going to take us straight to the dash camera. And there you go. We have the view of the camera right there. It's pretty responsive. Looks like pretty good quality, actually. We can stop and start recording. We have the log button, take a picture, so basically a screenshot, go back to the home screen or go back to Apple CarPlay, and we can enable or disable audio recording. At the main menu, of course, we also have the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, AirPlay, so you can mirror your screen. You can also do the same thing for your Android phone. You can also do Wi-Fi video. This is if you install an extra app, which I'm probably not going to be showing you here. We have audio output, playback, and settings. So let's quickly jump into the settings just to see what we have. So the commonly used, when you have screensavers, driving position, you can switch from left to right. Split screen mode, that's actually really cool. So we can have the Apple CarPlay on one side, and then we can have the camera on the other side. We'll do that later in the video just to show you what that looks like, but we have to connect our Apple CarPlay first. We have brightness, assistive touch, so that just adds a little button that lets us do some controls once in Apple CarPlay. We have camera settings, so we can change the resolution to 2.5K if you want. I'm going to stick to 1080p. I think it's going to do a better job of getting fluid video. You can also change the language. So you have quite a few languages in here, so that's good. Tip sound, so I think I'm going to turn it off so it doesn't beep every time I am pressing stuff. That's nice. Anyway, to connect Apple CarPlay, we're going to go to Apple CarPlay, bring up our phone, and we can see CarPuride shows up right here in the Bluetooth menu. We're going to hit pair, allow contact sync. Wait just a little bit at this menu and go use CarPlay. We're going to do this live, so there's no cuts. Okay, so connected, and there you go. We are now fully connected to Apple CarPlay, and you have all of the options. And this is actually that little menu that you could disable in the settings, so you can have a few extra buttons here, like you can change the volume, or you can go straight to the recording, to the camera, to the dash cam, or you can go right back. And of course, we have the brightness here as well. Once you are within Apple CarPlay, it's the standard Apple CarPlay. I'm not going to go into too many details. I know people ask, but you can make a 40-minute video just on Apple CarPlay. So please do your research to make sure you understand what are the capabilities of Apple CarPlay. To highlight some of the things, you can have Apple Music, you can have Spotify, you can have YouTube Music, whatever else people use, the streaming apps, you can have those on here. You can, of course, have maps. So you have your Apple Maps right there. You can put that in a split screen if you like. So you have the maps, you have your music that you'll be playing, and a few other buttons here. So if you want to go to like a gas station, it will pull those up for you, and you can just simply select one just like that. There you go, and you can hit go, and then now you have navigation while you are... There you go. And then of course we can switch that into split screen, and then once again that we saw earlier, we can split it again and have the camera on the right side. So yes, you can have music, you can have navigation, you can make phone calls, you can receive text messages that are then translated into a voice message. You can have your podcast, you can look into your calendars, plug share for your electric cars, and multiple other applications that are supported by Apple CarPlay. It's going to be the same thing on Android Auto. I am not an expert on that, so you'll have to do your own research for that. Now, of course, you can go back, and now I'd like to actually add that second split. We go to split screen mode, and then we're going to split it just right there. Go back and go to Apple CarPlay again. And there you go. Now we have Apple CarPlay on this portion of the screen, and we have the camera just right here. It's still live, as you can see, and you can have both. So now you can have your map, music playing, navigation buttons right here, or other buttons depending on what you're doing, and your camera at the same time. Now, if that isn't pretty cool, I don't know what is. I think that's some really, really nice features right here. And of course, we can raise that up. We can twist the camera just like that. Hello. See? That works. Very cool. Another cool thing that I want to talk about is, of course, audio reproduction. How does that work on here? Let's say I want to play some music, so I'm going to go to Apple Music. On this phone, I don't have any apps installed. But as an example, we can go to a radio, so just like a live radio, and then play something. Okay, we're doing that live, and as you can see, now it's playing on this device. So there's two built-in speakers that are going to be playing through the device. I'm going to turn this down because obviously that's not going to work for us. So I'm going to turn it down quite a good amount, but obviously that's not the only option. And of course, you can just go to this app right here on the device. You can go to a different station. Yeah, we can go, for example, here, and then it will just live stream from your phone to this device that then can be coming from the speakers, which isn't ideal. The quality is decent, but it's nothing crazy. It's definitely better than a lot of other units that I've used that have a tiny little one speaker. This is two 8-watt speakers, so that's a little bit better. But there are a few other options that we can do here. And what are those options? Well, let's take a look. So if we go to audio output, we have the speaker, that's what's playing right now. We can do Bluetooth audio. So what we're gonna do is hit confirm. And what this will do is a little bit different from actually some of the other units that I've seen. What it's asking you to do is take your phone's Bluetooth and then connect it to your car. That way you get the best Bluetooth connection. There's no jumps between different units. So that way you get good quality coming from your phone to the car, and you'll get everything on the display right here. Pretty good option. I know some other units will have two Bluetooth devices or transceivers, and then it will go between the two, but there's usually a delay. This is a good solution in my opinion. The second option, or the third option, is actually FM. So we can transmit the audio from this unit to the car. We have 106.1 selected on my car's FM radio station. So it's 106.1. I have 106.1 right here. And now if I hit play on my phone, or obviously from this device, it doesn't matter, it starts playing music through the car speakers. Very, very cool features. We can go volume up. It's pretty clear. Of course, there's a tiny bit of hiss since this is FM, right? So it's not going to be like a perfect audio quality. But yes, we are transmitting music from here to our FM station. Very, very cool. And as you can see, it could be anything that you wish. So you can play like regular YouTube or any audio from your phone, and it's going to be coming through here and through the car speakers using FM. Pretty cool that we can actually do this. So yeah, love all of these features. Of course, if you go all the way back and look at the last one, where was it? Audio output. So we have auxiliary as well. So this is honestly the simplest one and will give you the best audio quality. You will just use an actual 3.5 millimeter auxiliary cable, plug it into your car if your car has that option, and well, you'll get the best audio quality that you can get on this unit. Anything else to show you here? Well, not really. We of course have playback for the camera recording. So if you go to video, we can select one of the files as an example, and there you go. Now it's playing that file from what we recorded earlier. I'm gonna go for a drive, so we'll see what the quality is like once I actually drive around. The quality is what you would expect from a built-in dash camera. It does a decent job of capturing details as you drive around, but the mistake I've made is mounting it on a part of the dashboard that actually moves, so we get lots of shaking in the footage. The unit would have to be mounted much more solidly to get perfect footage, but it clearly does not have image stabilization. It also doesn't have HDR or wide dynamic range, but it does capture details such as license plates and street signs. Definitely useful in an emergency and better than I expected. It's nice that the camera is adjustable as well, so you can get a decent angle even when it's mounted down low. Or you can flip it to get interior shots. At night, it surprisingly does well and definitely better than I expected, and allows a decent amount of light to get to the sensor, resulting in usable footage. Not bad. Well guys, that's probably all I really have to say about this unit. I'm very impressed with the responsiveness, so that's been a big thing for me. This unit is actually really nice to use. It's very smooth, the buttons are responsive, the screen is responsive, it's very nice and bright, even in the super bright direct sunlight. The camera quality looks to be decent. We have 4 different ways of transmitting audio. We have Apple CarPlay, we have Android Auto. All of this is wireless. You have lots of settings you can change. And, well, what are there any negatives? The rear camera is extra, but it could be used as a reversing camera as well, so that's pretty cool. But of course, it needs to be wired into your car, which could be a little complicated. I do have video on that, so if you want to check that out, go ahead and click right there. It is a little expensive, as you can get similar units for about half the price, but this one is from a reputable company and is much more pleasant to use. There is no delay, there's no glitches, it's not overheating, it's not shutting down or any of the crazy stuff that I've seen on some of the other units. But of course, you're going to be paying just a little bit extra for that. But yeah, if you want it to run flawlessly, hey, that's what it's going to be. If you'd like to purchase one yourself or check out more information on it, click some of the links I have in the description. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you'd like to see more videos like this, click right here or maybe right here, whichever one you like. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!